Yeah, I think there would absolutely have to be. Yeah.
For the listeners' benefit, let's explain a little bit why we often mention a play-based curriculum. Why is that important at this age group?
Instead of teaching them algebra, Adam, which is what you would do. Is that
I
right?
wouldn't teach them algebra. I'd have them in the sandpit making rude shapes, little poo stains. No, we do talk about this quite a bit, and I think it's an important topic to dig a little bit deeper in, particularly for, in my view, those who experience language delay or social communication difficulties, like those with autism.
Yeah. So, do you want to start by answering that,
No, I
Adam?
want your opinion on
You want? Okay. In other words, you don't know.
I talk
Yeah.
about it, but I definitely do not know what I'm talking about.
So, the reason that we talk about things like a play-based curriculum is because, first and foremost, the child is young in age and doesn't really yet have the full cognitive processes to be engaging in more formal teaching and learning, such as sitting down, listening, paying attention, accumulating new information, cementing it with old information. All these sort of thinking processes go on when a child is older. So play-based learning and play-based curriculum is about meeting where this young person is at in their cognitive processing. And play is active. It's something that children naturally do. Regardless of imagination, play is something that they naturally do. They move around, they engage, they lift things, they throw things, all this sort of play-based activity. And that's why it's so important to start a curriculum for a child such as I've described at a play-based learning level, because you're going to them and entering the world that they are in at the moment rather than asking them to come into your world as a more formalized teacher.
I think that thing you said about they naturally do it, regardless of diagnosis of any sort, every child will naturally engage in some form of play. The most basic one being hitting a rattle or something like that, something very
Yeah.
sensory based.
Yeah.
And I love that you've reduced it down to that. And there's arguments out there that would suggest that we really shouldn't be entering a formal curriculum until the age of 7. The Finnish don't do that. Most of the Scandinavian countries enter later than we do. And with the increase in neurodivergent labels, I'm starting to wonder if our reception years are no longer fit for purpose. They're being asked to engage in formal learning activities when the children are often still at a concrete thinking stage and they're not able to engage in abstract